Hey guys, and welcome to another video snippet. Last time we talked about the mirror reflection and we noticed some problems that occurred with our solution that we have down here, like the light setup or that the cube is shown down here, and we want to try to fix it this time. Okay, so let's start to mirror the light setup as well. The main problem about this is that the real light will affect the mirrored content as well, but the mirrored light will also affect the real content. So we have to exclude the content from the corresponding lights. So to accomplish this, you can use light group nodes. You will have to add one per content that you want to render, so one for the real content and one for the mirrored one. And you will have to uncheck this inherit boolean. So this way the lighting only affects the content that is inside the same lighting group. So you can add the light setup to the first lighting group, which we will call content, and the second one will be called reflection. And now we will just need to sort the outputs to the corresponding lighting groups. So the correctly rendered content will be behind the content lighting group, the z-tested ground as well, and we will have to put the mirrored content behind the reflection lighting group, and the alpha ground will be behind the mirrored y-axis, because now we will create a linked copy to the light setup so that the ground is visible as well. So now the light is mirrored as well and looks much better, but we still have the problem that the cube down here is visible next to the ground, and you may experience several other problems with that when you use just a small ground. We can achieve this by adding another linked copy of the ground, and this time don't render it normally or by just not writing to the Z buffer, but instead writing to a stencil buffer. So we can use a stencil set node, put it before the ground node, and let it write to the layer 1, for example. So when we now render the mirrored content, we can add a stencil test node in front of it and let it test the layer 1. And inverse all the booleans in the stencil buffer. So now the reflected content won't be rendered if the ground isn't rendered in front of it. So this is our ready to use mirror reflection. Most of the problems that occurred while doing it were fixed, and it looks very plausible as long as the alpha value of the ground is not set too low.